a Cristiano Ronaldo fan account, guys that are fiercely loyal to him, even they've said that, let's be with him and appreciate him in these 12 years, but he ain't the same guy that he once was. Cristiano Ronaldo is starting every game because this is all about 2016. Can Portugal win the World Cup with him starting every game at the World Cup? We have ourselves a dilemma. Cristiano Ronaldo. We have a Cristiano Ronaldo issue. Because people may not agree with this, but this is what I feel. I do believe that Portugal have one of the best squads at the World Cup. I saw something on Twitter. I didn't use it, but someone posted something on Twitter. Portugal can put out two teams. I believe there are only two sides that can put out two quality 11s. These are two teams that can do something. That is France and that is Portugal. France, obviously, that's the best squad in the world. And then it's the players that can shoot. And then you have Portugal, as in from back to front. They're legit. They generally have two quality players in every position. Because when you just look at the talent and the span of the team, it's quality. And sometimes that can actually be a bad thing. You see, in 2016, Santos didn't have to think. The team picked itself. It was what it was. Forwarding on right now, there are far more options to have. And sometimes that's not always a good thing, depending on who the manager is. Because sometimes if you have too many quality options, you don't know when to pick the particular players for the particular games. And you may find yourselves either doing two things, changing too many times, or just being too fiercely loyal when you're ignoring the better options you have. Because I think that Portugal's rare chance of maybe winning the World Cup, because guys, this World Cup is a really open season. There is no unbeatable team. There is no team to be feared. So Portugal have a really good chance based on the talent they have of winning this World Cup. Because really, it's not about who's in form, who has done well, your talent. It's do you have the players to begin with? Yes. How do you execute for those 7 or so games at the World Cup? And the Cristiano Ronaldo is a very particular problem because when you're going into a tournament, who is my best 11? That's why we have these friendlies, these tune-ups and so on, because you must know come the World Cup, because there are only so few games. Over 38 games in a season, chop and change. Guys get injured, guys at the farm, guys get fatigued and so forth. You chop and change. When you're in a tournament, specifically a World Cup, that's 7 games if you reach the final, you have to know your best 11. Now, if something goes wrong, okay, make it sub. But this is my strongest 11. Because what you don't want is actually to even change it. Come the third game, sometimes you may have to change it. Because that best 11 may not be so effective when the real party starts. So, damn it, game 3, now this dude that came on said, what's up? Perfect example. Euros. And then the Santos thought that Bruno Fernandes was part of his first 11. Then Renato Sanchez kept on keeping on and saying, what's up? Kept saying, what's up? Bruno, thanks, bro. Renato Sanchez, you have to start. And I do believe that he should start. I believe that I think Cristiano Ronaldo can be an asset. You see, you take him. You have to take him. Do you have to start him? Cristiano Ronaldo is the kind of guy who, because it's a big World Cup, it's a big thing, that's the guy who I know that he can get me a goal. He can get me a goal and he can do something that's going to help me win a game. But the key question is, should he start? Cristiano Ronaldo is an amazing asset to bring off the bench because he's not a kind of guy that needs to be in rhythm to score. And it's kind of guy who can go 20 minutes doing nothing and then score out of nothing. That is a vital asset to have. And the key thing that this is all about the collective. No one player is greater than the collective. And Portugal have to put Portugal first. So Portugal have to say to themselves that him starting isn't being detrimental to the team. Because if you roll with a Renato Sanchez or Bruno Fernandes, a Leao, a Jota, or so forth, that is a much quicker, faster attack. And in a particular kind of game where the counter is on, that is a kind of attack that can actually be a lot more useful. Because Cristiano Ronaldo is 37 years of age and he simply, because of father time and because of biology, nobody's superhuman, he doesn't have the quick movement, the sharpness that he once had. He just doesn't. And because here's the thing though, it's one thing if you're not really providing for the team and linking well with other guys and being in synergy with other guys, but if you're not even scoring, and if like Cristiano is not really scoring, that's a big dilemma. Because I know what's going to happen. Cristiano Ronaldo is starting every game. Because this is all about 2016. And I feel that Santos and Cristiano Ronaldo, they have this very powerful bond because of 2016. And what you learn in life is sometimes your success can be your failure. Because Santos succeeded in 2016 under great scrutiny from the Portuguese media, he now has a lot of credit in the bank. He's got a lot of credit in the bank because he was the manager that gave Portugal their first major success. So he's like, bro, I have this credit in the bank. I can pretty much do what I want. So if he starts a Cristiano, he's like, I know you're going to criticize me, but I still have credit in the bank because I was the manager that led Portugal to their first major trophy. But here's the whole thing, though. All that matters is success. You can't be sentimental. And Portugal could have a truly huge missed opportunity by saying, well, because he won us the Euros in 2016, because Cristiano was a key guy there, these guys should still be. So Cristiano must start and Fernando Santos should be the manager. What should have happened is Portugal, especially after the Euros, go with a different manager who understands the young talents, knows how best to use the young talents, and understands how best to bring them together to say what's up. Because, bro, if Portugal play the right kind of a lineup, they're a very dangerous team. They're a very dangerous team because of how robust their midfield and their defense is. If they play the right kind of attack, because I almost forgot, Felix is also there as well. If they play the right kind of attack and so forth, they can be a very dangerous team. Because I look at their talent pool from top to bottom, like, these guys have money. There's some real cheddar up in this piece. So, but I know what's going to happen. Of course, there is no chance that Santos is going to drop Cristiano Ronaldo because Santos is old school and he is fiercely loyal. So he's going to start him. And my issue is, could it be a detriment? I do believe, of course, Cristiano is going to score. I will be shocked if Cristiano doesn't score at the World Cup. Cristiano is going to score. He's going to get his goals. But overall, this isn't just about Cristiano getting goals to the World Cup. This is about, can Portugal win the World Cup? Because Portugal have to go into this trying to win. Because I believe they are one of the best and most talented teams at that World Cup. So they have to go in there trying to win the damn thing. And the real question is, does Cristiano as a starter, what's the squad guy? Does Cristiano Ronaldo starting every game against different kinds of oppositions that pose different kinds of threats? Does him starting in every game, will that be a detriment to Portugal winning the World Cup? That's the thing. That's the serious thing because what's it called? People just shared me something on Twitter. I think there's this guy called Zach Lowe. I think he comments on Portuguese football. And he said that Cristiano should not be a starter in 2022. A Cristiano Ronaldo fan account, guys that are fiercely loyal to him, even they've said that let's be with him and appreciate him in his twilight years, but he ain't the same guy that he once was. And I'll leave it with this. I still believe Cristiano Ronaldo can still get a goal. He can still get a goal. He is going to get back in the goals. He will. This is because he doesn't have a preseason, so he's lacking sharpness. He will still be in the goals. He is still going to get you goals. He will get you goals. He'll get goals for United. He'll get goals for Portugal. This is a fact. But can Portugal win the World Cup with him starting every game at the World Cup. That is something that I'm like, a little bit flaky with you.